I have been preparing a research report to tell the world about my process for reanimating dead tissue. It is proving very difficult. I must omit no detail, or the more skeptical of my fellows will doubt my results. And yet, if I wait too long, some other scientists may publish first. Why, it is distinctly possible that there are hundreds, even thousands of experimental scientists even now animating their own corpses and trying to publish their results before mine. Then again, maybe there aren't. Publish or perish, they say. It is not sufficient just to be the greatest scientist in the world. One must also strive to be the best known. Otherwise, research grants can be hard to obtain.
The key to writing a research report is always to remember this. A pen can be driven, but a pencil must be led.
Many of the Academy's scientists are greedy, self-centered, and dishonest. Some of them have negative attributes as well. It is best not to let other scientists know too much about one's research until one is ready to publish the final results. Oh, to become a certified genius, one must obtain a certificate of genius from the Positively International Genius Society. There's a bit more to it than that, of course, but that's the gist. I'm the only pig in this area. Science is the base. With it, we have all the benefits of technology, from such simple things as my potions and elixirs all the way up to masterpieces like Frankie. Here you are. Here you are. I have been very busy lately preparing my research report. If you have any suggestions, this would be a good time to share them. Perhaps I should keep the results of the Frankie experiment to myself. I am not sure if the world is quite ready for infinitely agreeable artificial women. I shall need to explore the situation much more closely to be certain.
You are always on the go, my friend. Take care.
Back again so soon. What have you heard lately? Good night and don't...
You turn the large skeleton key in the crypt door. With a sound like the groaning of an undead spirit, the massive door yawns wide open. You are in a dark, dank crypt, filled with bas-relief figures of long-departed knights and statues of the Grim Reaper. Stairs lead back up to the entrance. A brightly colored copy of the Borgov crest adorns part of the floor. Spelling out the name Borgov in colors has caused a secret compartment to open in the crest. Inside is a small key which you add to your keyring. You see a coffin cover bearing a bas-relief sculpture of a knight. You don't see anything unusual about this coffin. You don't hear anything behind this relief. There are no traps on this coffin, but you do find a small keyhole. The coffin lid is actually a door. The small key from the crest opens a lock in the relief. You open the coffin lid to reveal a dark passageway leading deep into the mountainside. After following the dark passage for several minutes, you come out into a castle chamber. The bookcase closes behind you, and there is no obvious way to open it again. You reach up to put the candle back. It's a fake candle. When you move it, a secret passage opens up behind the bookshelf. After some The small key from the crest opens a lock in the relief. You open the coffin lid to reveal a dark passageway leading deep into the mountainside. After following the dark passage for several minutes, you come out into a castle chamber. The bookcase closes behind you, and there is no obvious way to open it again. You carefully all you can hear are distant creaks and groans and the beating of your own heart. All you can hear are distant creaks and you hear a gentle snick. The lock is open. The stone walls and floors are as cold as death. You hear voices beyond the upper door. Two people seem to be having an argument in the next room. You carefully oil the door hinges to prevent revealing squeaks. You carefully open the door just a little so you can hear better and look through the crack.
Everything is going according to plan. My plan. I am not interested in your petty revenge scheme.
You cannot trust him. He will attempt to destroy you the moment he realizes what you truly are.
No, he is already attracted to me. I want him to act from his own free will and not be some puppet whose string I hold. After all, if I only wanted a puppet, I could have used you.
There will come the day, Katrina, when I will be the Dark Master, and you will be only a memory.
You would love to destroy me, wouldn't you? You hated me from the moment we met, but you thought you could use me, didn't you? You were blinded by your own ego. I have always been your master, and you my mere apprentice.
I will have my revenge.
On whom? The hero or myself?
Both of you.
Oh, it is so easy to make you lose your temper. That is why you will never be the Dark Master. You let your overwhelming pride override your thinking.
You carefully You hear a gentle snick. The lock is open. You carefully You hear carefully. You hear a The only effect is you carefully oil the door. You put your ear up against the door and peering through the keyhole, you see no threatening activity on the other side of the door. The bookshelf sports a number of volumes of light reading. This must have been the boyar's personal reading room, since his crest decorates the top of the shelf. There's nothing hidden. The bookshelf shifts ever so slightly as you push against it, but you haven't found the trigger yet. Ashes to ashes and all that, but are you really in such a hurry to go out like a light? Straighten out the crest. The bookshelf opens, revealing a secret passage. After several minutes spent analyzing this piece of furniture, you reach the brilliant conclusion that it must be a bed. You carefully oil. There are no traps. You hear a gentle... You carefully... Carefully oil. Carefully. There are no traps. You don't see any sign. You hear a... Behind the painting, you find a small hidden compartment containing 6 crowns. You invoke the salvage laws, also known as finders keepers, and are now 6 crowns richer. You carefully... There are no traps. You don't see any... You hear it. You care. You careful. You hear a... A long hall runs north and south between 2 of the castle rooms. You hear it. You hear a... You care? Peering through the keyhole, you... The chest is locked. You take 15 crowns from a pouch in the safe. The safe also contains several papers and some old clothes, but they have deteriorated with age and are worthless, so you leave them. carefully... Your eyes must have deceived you. For a moment there, you could swear you saw a ghost. You hear a gentle... You shiver as the ghost passes through you. A cold chill remains behind. You carefully oil the door. The family crest of the Borgovs holds a commanding position over the room. You are exhausted from... You hear a... You hear... You reach up to put the candle back. It's a fake candle. When you move it, a secret passage opens up behind the bookshelf. As you shake hands with the Grim Reaper statue, the door at the top of the stairs opens. You quickly make your escape from the deadly crypt. You deftly... You are in this weird and wonderful place once more. This time you remember all the times you have been here before. And despite the beauty, you are afraid. You listen for the voice. It calls out for you. You feel the darkness surround you, and you remember dying. You are overwhelmed with terror, and you remember running away. Your lungs struggle in the agony of no air, and you remember screaming. You are helpless and hopeless, and you remember the eternal loneliness. With all your remaining strength, you reach out to touch the voice. You gradually wake.